Hi everybody, Dale Viktora, field agronomist for Beck's Hybrids out of southern Minnesota. Welcome to our next edition of the Beck's Generation Farmer. As we sit today, we're at the latter part of June, and a lot of our territory, we caught some nice rains. It was definitely very scattered, and the amounts fluctuated tremendously within the geography, but it was definitely a welcomed rain. And as we look at it, where we're at today on our crop stage growth is a lot of fields we're past that V10 stage, and we're in that V11, V12 stage. And really what we're thinking about is we're thinking about tasseling. And when is that time frame going to be? And we think about a fungicide application, because within our practical farm research program, we see that the most ROI that we can capture out of a fungicide application is truly at that VT to R1 stage. So where we're at today, the end of June, I think it's a timely topic to think about how can we stage and think about when are we going to be applying this fungicide. Because for some growers, it may be you're doing it on your own, or you're hiring a custom applicator via airplane, helicopter, or ground rig to do it. And can we stage this and kind of make a plan of when is the best time to apply? So as we think about that, one way that's a very easy way to do it is we can actually count leaves to figure out how long until we actually get the tassel to emerge. So what we can do, take that corn plant, pull that whole center whorl out, and you just start unrolling leaves. And as you unroll your leaves, go ahead and count. And right now, what it takes is 50 GDUs, 50 growing degree units, to push out a leaf. Okay, so just keep unrolling your leaves and count every time you unroll. Now, I'm not going to unroll the whole thing, but you kind of get the picture. And what you'll see is you'll find that tassel in there. That tassel is already initiated in that whorl. And what you do is just go ahead and count yourself out of how many leaves it takes to get to that tassel, and it's 50 GDUs per leaf. So right now, when we get some at the levels we're at now and the temperatures we're at now, it takes about 2 to 2.5 days per leaf to shoot out. So as we think about it, this one that I just counted now, we were at 6 leaves till tassel. So where we look at that is that's anywhere between 12, 14 days, something like that. In the next 2 weeks we could see some tassels. Now, one thing that we do remember from this spring is from some of the extremely dry soils we experienced, we do have a little bit of fluctuation within the emergence timing. So we will see that as well in some of these fields with the tassel application, or with the tassel timing as well, where we may see a little bit more erratic tassel timing. But as we think about it, that's an easy way to look at staging yourself and getting yourself prepared for a fungicide application in the upcoming weeks. Now, the other thing that we see within our practical farm research program is early in the morning we see a benefit to applying a fungicide. So a part of that is these leaves are extremely wet right now from the dew. Today we've had a heavy dew. We haven't had a lot of dews, but now that we got some moisture back into the system, that's going to help us out. But what we see is early morning applications are better than afternoon applications. And really what it is you're taking advantage of the lower temperatures in the mornings or in the evenings, and as well as utilizing the dew. And the dew can help be a spreader for that fungicide application and actually increase our efficiency of that fungicide. So those are a couple things to think about. But so with that, I just wanted to bring up a couple of those things today, being that they're pretty timely in the next couple weeks of a fungicide application. And I think after this rain event that we've seen across our territory this weekend, it definitely gives us a little more hope for this crop. And it was a great timing, because really, like I said, we were anywhere between that V10 and on in a lot of these cornfields. And really from V10 on, we really look at, can we mitigate plant stress to really overall enhance yield? Because through V17, this corn is still determining how many kernel long am I going to be. All right, we've already determined the girth, the kernels are round, but we're working on the length now on that ear. So really, it was a very welcome to mitigate some plant stress by bringing some moisture back to this plant, and that'll just help things out greatly. So the other thing that we're seeing now as we push past this V10 stage is we see rapid growth and dry matter accumulation. So what you'll notice is this corn's really going to stretch, okay? Because I got some comments earlier, you know, last week going, geez, you know, my corn's at V10, but it's relatively short. We see that every year. This year we saw a little more just from early planting and maybe some of the dry conditions that we experienced. But what we tend to see is after V10, we will get stalk elongation and elongation between the nodes. Okay, so so we'll really see it after this rain. Really going to take off and get a little bit more vegetative growth on this corn, get a little more height on it. So with that, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.